Last one, we're planning a dance. And I know that this might be like, oh, that sucks, and we're done with this crap. But I think it's really important that you realize everything we do requires planning, right? And so you have to kind of think about, well, if I'm going to put something on, if we're going to do an event, I guarantee any event that is planned, they figure this out as to how much it's going to cost to actually throw the event, and then if they're expecting a certain number of people, but can't hold any more than a certain number of people, well, then what do we need to price our tickets at in order to make the money back and make some profit? So I know this seems silly, but it's happening left and right around us. We're just not really thinking about it too much. So let's talk about our spring dance. We know a couple of things about it. We're going to charge $5 per person, but if you've got a date, we're going to charge, $3 per person. But if you got a date, we're just going to charge you $5 per couple. We know that to actually put the event on, it's going to cost us at least $750 in expenses, right? So whatever that might be, the venue, the supplies, so on and so forth. But then last but not least, we can only fit a certain number of people, 400, into our gym, right? That's the most that we can fit, is no more than 400 people. So if we create our inequalities again, press pause, do this one completely on your own, see how you do. Let's create those inequalities and see if you're able to then use Desmos to create your graph. So hopefully you've got your two inequalities here. I'm going to just jump in and get these written down. So our first one my first one has to do with the cost, $3 per person plus $5 per couple. And that's going to be at least, so let's see here, we're going to have no more than, we have to have at least $750, excuse me. So greater than or equal to 750. Okay. So then from there, you can go ahead and do some division, divide 750 by 3. You end up with 250. So we're going to have 250 as my x-intercept, and divide by 5, you get 150 as your y-intercept. Now, I'm really curious to see what you wrote down for your second inequality, because most people will probably just write this down. They say, okay, X is my people, my per person, and Y is my couple, and that can't be anything more than 400. And I would challenge you to think about why that's wrong. And if you think about it, the reason why it's wrong is because Y stands for the number of couple tickets sold. Couple tickets. So think about that. A couple is actually two people. It's two people. So if we think about that, what we're going to need to do is we have to put that two in there, because it's X, that's going to be one person. But if I sell a couple ticket, that's going to be two people. So now when we do our division there, it could just be all single people, so 400 single people. Or if it's just all couples, that would be just 200 couples. So now let's jump into Desmos. I'll first show you what it would have looked like if it was wrong. So if you had typed in your systems and they were wrong, you would have gotten this right here. But your y value there should actually be 2, right? And so because it's 2, that changes things completely. And you'll notice that we kind of have this region down the middle here. You can see that right here between, right where it's kind of, my dots are showing up between this blue and red line, that's where our regions overlap. So as an example, we could have 150, if we type in, let's give a quick coordinate here. If we had 150, so 150 comma 100, that would be 150 singles, but then 100 couple tickets, meaning 200 people. So that would be a possibility. Or we could also have just, let's go with 50. We could have 50 singles and 150 couples. So that would be an option for possible combinations. So it's really interesting to think that if we're anywhere up here in this red region, that's not going to